Welcome to my podcast. I'm the Laughing Philosopher. Life is complicated. You are complicated. Everything seems to have been figured out, except how to live a happy life, guided by wisdom and reason. What does it mean to be a good person? What is love? Who am I before I was told who I am? Why haven't I found myself yet? Why do I have regrets? Is this a just world? Almost from the moment of birth, we've been told how to behave, how to fit in, and how to fulfill other people's expectations. We grow to fear that we will lack importance or cease to exist in the lives of others if we think for ourselves and question the rules and roles that we've been told define us. Only when wisdom and reason removes this illusion can we live authentically in the world around us and become our real selves. Episode number 24. Are you taking your time? Human beings are the only creatures on earth who refuse to be what they are. Happy. Humans are more dedicated to their own unhappiness than to anything else. Human history is littered with various cultures, belief systems, and philosophies of life, and all interpret the purpose of life the same way. We have been placed on earth for the exclusive purpose of suffering. Jesus, the philosophical founder of Christianity, promised his followers a life of pain and suffering. Today, too many Christians use suffering as the only true yardstick to measure their spiritual devotion. A good Christian is an unhappy Christian, and a good Christian and an unhappy life belong together like mud on a pig. Sound reasons for pessimism are everywhere. Our bodies are fragile and difficult to mend. True love is hard to find. Social life consists of insincere rule following and role playing. Friendship is fickle. And above all, life feels too short. It is no surprise that several of the world's major religions are essentially death cults that celebrate the moment of our collective extinction with glee and joyous anticipation. This is true, despite the fact that most of us have better lives than the emperors of ancient Rome, and our teenagers are smarter than the smartest person in the world only a few hundred years ago. Have you ever wondered what you would do in the last hours of life before the end of the world? Suppose astronomers announced that the world will soon be destroyed by a rogue asteroid. And this prediction was verifiable and indisputable. Between the time when this knowledge was acquired and the weeks and months until the moment of catastrophe, what would be the effect on people's behavior? What would you do? I believe that suddenly life would become wonderful. Just think of how many enjoyments, pleasures, amusements, and desires you defer and delay because you are certain of the future. Just imagine how many projects, travels, and experiences you would pursue at once if your dreams threatened to become impossible forever. Life would be beautiful again. In your normal everyday life, you behave as if you will live forever. And this illusion of immortality deadens your desire. If there is no end in sight to life, if the ticking of the clock doesn't frighten you, then you feel no sense of urgency. A sudden awareness of your own mortality would make you feel suddenly attached to life and all of its glorious possibilities. We are only human, not much more than little animals. Death may come to you and me this evening, next year, next week. The next heartbeat has been promised to no one. Isn't this enough reason to love life today? Your job is important, but a job is only half a life. Some would argue that personal and global annihilation would drive most people into either the nearest church or the nearest bedroom. But I disagree. In church, it would be too late to prepare one's soul for the afterlife. And a cold glass of beer lasts longer and offers a more reliable source of pleasure to most men than the bedroom. Next question. Have you ever wondered how you would live if your life could go on forever? Time passes slowly when we're young, and we feel as if we will live forever. What kind of life, then, do today's young people choose? The answer is YOLO. Human life expectancy has been amazingly steady for most of human history. Life expectancy rarely exceeded about 35 years until the middle of the 18th century. Despite thousands of years of new discoveries and new social and cultural advancements and new progress in our knowledge about ourselves and the world around us, how long the average person could be expected to live did not rise above 35 years. But since the middle of the 1700s, the average human lifespan has doubled. In 2021, in the US, the current average life expectancy at birth is 78.99, almost 79 years. In 1950, life expectancy was just 68.2 years. Hooray! I've been cheating death for the past year. Boo! I zoomed everything. The poet, John Donne, hit the nail on the head. Death, be not proud, though some have called thee mighty and dreadful, for thou art not so. YOLO is the hot, new pop culture acronym and preferred lifestyle of this generation of youth. The term was coined in order to express this new zeitgeist and spirit of the times, embraced especially by younger persons. YOLO means you only live once. YOLO is a rejection of old people by new people. It is an act of rebellion against the worldview you have been told to believe almost from birth. Parents taught their children to wait. Just wait. Just be patient and accept that today you should struggle and sacrifice and suffer, and just defer your joys and dreams and pleasures until tomorrow. There is a time for everything, you were told. A time to work and a time to play. Today we work. Tomorrow we play. Today, pain. Tomorrow, pleasure. The defect in this way of life is all too clear. Tomorrow never comes. It is always today. It is always now. All you get by waiting is more waiting. At the end of this life, a life of postponing and delaying and waiting, we face death feeling cheated and disappointed and unfulfilled. No wonder we cling to the foot of the cross and embrace death. Cling and wait. Our children reject this life. YOLO means that one should make the most of the present moment, the now, which is the only true reality, and stop worrying about the future that hasn't happened yet, the future that only exists in your imagination, and the future that is completely unpredictable. Of the 10 wealthiest people in the world today, every one of them failed to predict the internet. And the internet has become pretty big and pretty important. YOLO means to live as if your life will not go on forever. Fill every glass with wine. Have you noticed how time passes differently as you age? I remember when a Woody Allen movie seemed to begin and end in no time at all. But now, a film by Woody Allen lasts forever. Clock time and mind time are very different. How a clock measures time and how your mind measures time and you perceive it are quite different. As you grow older, it feels like time passes by faster and faster. Time seems to pass more slowly when we are young and speed up as we age. This speeding up of mind time as you age is well documented and real. Why? Have you noticed how life becomes more boring with age? From childhood to early adulthood, your personal experiences of the world are fresh and new. You learn countless new skills, social skills, intellectual skills, emotional skills, as you engage with the world in thousands of new and different ways for the first time. As you enter adulthood, your conventional, everyday life is unremarkable and routine. You experience far fewer unfamiliar moments as the same experiences are repeated again and again, day after day, year after year. You grow to feel like Bill Murray in the movie Groundhog Day. You begin to feel as if your life is an endless ritual of trivia, and you are stuck in a conversation with a Trump voter that you can't get out of. As a result, those early years produce more interesting and enjoyable memories and seem to pass more slowly and last longer because there are simply more of these memorable early experiences stored in your autobiographical memory. Your adult years are trite and boring and produce fewer remarkable and memorable experiences. So time seems to speed up later in life because there are simply fewer adult experiences worthy of remembrance. You can, however, change your perception of adult time. Try the untried. If you continually learn new skills and new knowledge, expose yourself to new people and new experiences, and explore new places, just as you did in your early years, then your mind clock will tick more slowly. Time will pass as it once did in your youth, like a tortoise rather than a hare. Think about this another way. As you grow older, each year becomes a smaller and smaller fraction of your life and your experiences and your remembrances of things past. For example, when you were 10 years old, each year is 1/10 of your life. But when you are 60 years old, each year is 1/60th of your life. 1/60th is much smaller than 1/10. You can eat 1/60th of an apple pie much faster than 1/10. Life is like an apple pie that you eat faster and faster. Why YOLO? When you're young, time passes slowly and life feels longer. Life doesn't just feel longer in your early years, it really is longer. Life expectancy at birth has doubled. YOLO means that you have plenty of time ahead to meet your obligations and responsibilities to society. Career, marriage, mortgage, children. Would you prefer to fulfill your dreams now and enjoy your life now and live a rich, full life now? Or would you prefer to struggle and suffer today? Fulfill other people's expectations today and wait for tomorrow to be happy. Now is all we have. Nothing is more valuable than today. No one has been promised tomorrow or even the next heartbeat. Are you taking your time? We only live once. Should we work or should we dance? Which shall it be, my friend? Denise, I hope you dance. Hi, I'm Dr. Robert Corey, the Laughing Philosopher. Thanks for listening to my podcast. I've devoted my professional life to the intersection of sociology and philosophy, where the contemporary problems of life meet the ideas and convictions of the greatest human minds. Join me by subscribing to The Laughing Philosopher as we use reason and wisdom to explore big answers to the most important of all big questions: how to live.